baseball on tap from New Yankee Stadium. The Tigers and the Yankees are coming up next. A good look there at the new and improved Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx as MLB The Show gets you set for this afternoon edition of Major League Baseball. Today the games count for real as it's opening day, and we've got a capacity crowd here to get us underway as it'll be the Detroit Tigers taking on the New York Yankees. And hello again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian here, set to bring you what should be an entertaining ball game. Major League veterans Dave Campbell and Eric Karros will join me in a moment. But first, what say we check out our starting lineup? It's presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And set to face these guys is a man who tied for the Major League lead with 21 wins a year ago, the all-star left-hander CC Sabathia. A look there at the Yankees defensively, and they feature an infield full of Gold Glove Award winners as Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira all took home hardware in 2010. Austin Jackson will head for the boxes. We are just about ready to get things going today. And we are underway from Yankee Stadium as the first pitch is taken for ball one.
Boy, I hope that call is not an indication of what kind of strike zone we're going to see this afternoon. That looked pretty darn good.
And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0. The temperature here at game time still definitely on the cool side, 51 degrees at first pitch. And here's a fastball for a strike, 2-1 now.
And if he can come in here and start putting that pitch in that location, ain't nobody going to touch him.
And a little off to begin the afternoon as it's to 3-1 now.
And this is one guy you want to make earn his way on. If you walk him, he can make it cost you with that speed of his.
Swung on and missed, 3-2.
Well, this is turning into a real dogfight now.
And that misses, ball four. So a good battle to begin the ball game today, but the leadoff man will reach first anyway. Magli Ordonez will take his cuts now. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Sabathia ready with the 0-1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. On the ground for Cano. This could be two. Jeter. Relay to first, and Ordonez grounds into the double play.
Well, so much for the leadoff walk as he comes right back to get the ground ball he needed for the double play.
And with two gone now, it'll be up to Victor Martinez here. And a fastball's in there for strike one.
And a wry smile there. He knew he had a good pitch to hit.
Now a hard hit ball back up the middle. And Martinez is going to have himself a base knock.
Yeah, really not a bad pitch when you look at it. This is at the knees with some movement. He just uses the center of the diamond and checks in here with a base hit.
Miguel Cabrera will be the batter. Fastball in there for a called strike.
And no threat to run over there at first. So with two away, you can focus all your energy squarely on this guy.
Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
And I think he turned to the home plate umpire and said, "Really?"
Trying to get Cabrera to chase there, but it's 1-2.
And he's probably saying, You're not going to call that one a strike also, are you?
And the fastball here is hit on the ground, but foul. And a slider swung on and missed, and the side is retired. So a good start here in the first for CC Sabathia. Tigers nothing, Yankees coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Starting lineup for the Yankees, as presented by Joe Girardi, will look like this. And getting his final warm-up tosses in, there you see the numbers for one of the very best starters in the game, all-star right-hander Justin Verlander. And a quick look now at the defensive alignment behind him for Detroit. Here comes Brett Gardner now as he'll lead things off in the home first. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1. Now the pitch. Now a fastball driven the other way out to deep left field. Number 12 is there, and he makes the catch for the out. Our umpires for today's ball game: Woody Keller's behind the plate, Porter Callahan over at first, Dutch Nelson, the crew chief, is at second, and the veteran Joe Watson's over at third. And this is fouled back and out of play. And the pitch. And he goes the other way with a fastball as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. A leap, and he makes the catch as he crashes into the wall.
Let's get a look at this in super slow motion. Look at how he gets his eyes trained on the ball all the way, and he's able to look it into his glove before crashing into that left field wall.
So two are gone here in the inning for Mark Teixeira. Here's a swing by Teixeira as this one is sent out to deep left field. And that ball is gone. So a solo shot off the bat of Mark Teixeira as the Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
Not a bad result for your first at-bat of the season. Some guys go a month or more without hitting that first home run, but he's off the schneid right off the bat.
Alex Rodriguez, the third baseman, will be the batter. First pitch on its way from Verlander. First pitch of the AB is swung on and lifted in the air to straightaway center. Jackson is in his tracks now, and he will make the catch, so that'll do it. Yankees get a run, and it comes off the bat of Mark Teixeira. Second inning coming up, and it's an early 1-0 New York lead. Brennan Bosch leads things off now in the top half of the second. Jolts this half inning to attention as the first pitch is hit into right field for a leadoff single. Ramon Santiago digs in at the plate. Fastball here too low, and it's 1-0. And he watches one split the middle here, 1-1. Look, and a throw to first by Sabathia. A dive, but he's back. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, and he'll look for something a little higher here.
Now a throw over, and the runner back. On the ground for Jeter, this could be 2. Cano for 1. On to Teixeira and 2 quick outs.
Well, they don't call these the pitcher's best friend for nothing. That's the second double play he's racked up in as many innings, so his life will be made much easier if he can make this a trend.
Ryan Rayburn will get his first opportunity now. A fastball here, too low. It's 1-0. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
And let's see if he makes him throw a strike here.
Here's Sabathia on 2-0. 3-0.
And now that strike zone's starting to dance around on him a bit.
That one's in there. 3-1.
Doing the smart thing, taking all the way.
Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
And we'll take another look at this 3-1 pitch. Is this anywhere close? Show track tells us not really. That's a good take and a good at bat overall.
Number 12 will take his first cuts of the ball game here. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1.
And now here's where you really need to make that 2-out walk pay off.
Now a throw over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Yankees lead this 1-0 here in inning number 2. And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
Yeah, and that fastball showing plenty of life to it in these first couple of innings.
Fouled straight back. And a good sinker there as it's bounced to third. And way too much on the throw as it's over the head of Teixeira.
Well, this is going to prove to be a costly error because it becomes a dead ball situation, and that means those runners automatically move up to second and third now.
Brandon Inge will dig in now with a possible tying and go-ahead runs in scoring position here. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
And you hate to put too much weight on this second inning at bat, but this could be an important early test.
Now a hard liner toward short. Well, this will find the glove of Jeter at short, and that ends the inning. Tigers strand a pair. They're down 1-0. Curtis Granderson steps in now. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. Fastball driven the other way out to deep left field. And that ball is out of here. A solo home run for Curtis Granderson. And this is now a 2-0 lead for the Yankees.
Matt, you're going to look at this one more time. This pitch was just served up on a platter, and he absolutely devoured it.
will dig in now. Switch hitter batting left. And there's a fastball from Verlander to jump ahead 0-1.
And now you got to snap back in a hurry. You cannot dwell on that home run ball.
And Posada can't make contact with that. He's behind 2 strikes.
And after challenging him up with the last fastball, that's a perfect spot for the follow-up, right at the knees.
Pitch in the dirt is swung on and missed, so he'll need to get the force at first. And a high throw as Cabrera's got no shot at it. And he is in there.
Just tries to rush the thing. He maybe didn't have his feet fully set because he fires this one right up the line.
Nick Swisher will stand in now. Switch hitter batting from the left side here. And this is low, ball 1.
And these guys are already down 2, but the infield's back here, so they'll concede a run for an out.
And, oh, that looked on the outside corner to me, but I'm only a broadcaster. It's 2-0.
Boy, that looked pretty good. You hate to give a guy like that extra strikes to work with because he can make them hurt you.
Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball 3.
Oh, and the crowd will boo here. They want to see him get a chance to swing the bat.
The 3-0 pitch. And he'll just make him throw one over here. 3-1.
And if he could have made that pitch on 0-0 instead of 3-0, this would be a different story.
Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2.
And now, even on 3-2, there's no guarantee he's going to get another fastball here.
Ball hit high to the right side, but this will get into the seats. Foul. He'll try it again, 3-2. Well, he's waiting on the breaking ball there and sends it to deep right field. But that'll be off the right field wall. And that'll bring home run number 3. It's now a 3-0 Cushing.
One thing about that short porch here and right, a ball off the wall isn't always going to be 2 bases. Good job to get that in quickly and hold him to just a single.
Runner at first, and Derek Jeter will dig in here. And that's on the outside corner for a strike.
Big gap on the right side if Jeter can steer one that way.
He looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
Pretty tough duty trying to get around on that pitch.
Now a swing by Jeter, and he gets a hold of this one and sends it to deep left field. Number 12 is there, and he'll bring this one in.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole
lot. Russell Martin stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Can't help him out there on the first pitch.
And a curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2.
And a little shake of the head there. That one just flat frozen.
And this is on the ground to short. Could be 2. And that's through, a base hit. And they'll get it in quickly, so it's runners at first and second now with 1 man out.
Now the pitching coach is going to come in and have a word with him. And in the second inning, once he makes sure he's okay physically, he'll be saying, Hey, look, let's put all that's just happened behind us and focus on the task at hand.
That's in there, base hit. Oh, and he misses the stop sign there as he heads for the plate. And this will come in far too late. He's in there at third.
This is a little chuck and duck right here. This one starts over the middle of the plate and never moves, so this ball is whacked right back up the middle.
Runners on the corners now with one man gone. And set to stand in the fine second baseman, Robinson Cano. Here's the first pitch to him. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. And he misses again to Cano. It's 2-0 now.
And if there was ever a guy that needed a double play ball, you're looking at him right now.
Good release on the circle change. 2-1 now.
Probably needed that strike for his confidence. Things have been trending a bit downward here.
Offers it that one a little late, and it's 2-2 now.
And now with 2 strikes, he won't worry about trying to get a ground ball. He will definitely be gunning for the strikeout.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
And that's been part of his problem so far, not being able to locate that fastball when he's needed to.
Swinging a hard-hit ball back up the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. And they'll add another as this is now a 5-0 game.
And now I think the brain trust has to at least be entertaining the notion of getting somebody up in that bullpen. That is 6 hits now he's given up, and he hasn't made it out of the second yet.
One away, and the dangerous Mark Teixeira will stand in again. He homered his first time around. Opposite field to left, and that's in there. Base hit. But the throw is well up the line, and he scores easily.
Well, he had that home run earlier in the ballgame, and now he's got an RBI single. So he's putting together a pretty nice ballgame.
So 2 men are on with 1 man out. Here comes A-Rod. Swing and a hot shot towards the hole. And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with 1 away. Out of the Tiger dugout now is Jim Leland. And it would appear that that's going to be the end of the afternoon for Justin Verlander. Probably wishes he could have gone a little longer, but the move's already been made, and he's off to the showers. Enrique Gonzalez is going to come on now here in just the second inning, so he'll likely be asked to work a few innings here. And a sure sign that trouble is afoot, as there is already some action in that bullpen now, and we're just in the second inning. He's set, now the pitch. And this is heading out toward left field, but this is going to get fouled up into the crowd. Swing and a ball hit in the air out to left field. Number 12 is there. Let's see if they test it. And Cano will score. He's safe at home plate.
Didn't quite get all of it, but enough to get the run home. I think he'll take that.
Jorge Posada will take his cuts now. Now the first pitch. In there, 0-1.
And these guys are going to need this bullpen to chew up some serious innings.
And now here's a swing and a ground ball to third. They'll go the short way to Rayburn at second for the force, and that ends the inning. But 6 runs here in the inning have taken a close game and broken it wide open. Austin Jackson will get a second shot now. He worked out a walk to open the ball game. And this is fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air into foul territory behind first. Teixeira is over and he puts it away for the first out.
And early on here, we're not seeing a lot of solid contact so far. They're putting the ball in play, but not with a lot of conviction, as illustrated by this pop-up.
Magli Ordonez is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. Called strike, and he's behind 1-2. On a great pitch there as that completely locked him up, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
And this is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Victor Martinez will stand in. A base hit his first time around. Good fastball from Sabathia to start the at-bat. It's strike one.
Another first pitch strike. He's had these guys working from behind quite a bit here in the early going.
Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, but this is back into the seats, a foul ball. Here's the 0-2 from Sabathia. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. And this is hit on the ground for A-Rod at third. Throw on to Teixeira to take care of him, and that ends the inning. Nick Swisher will start things out when we come back, and they hold a 7-0 lead. And here is Nick Swisher now. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. And he committed to that one a bit too soon as it locks him up for strike one. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground towards second. And Rayburn's throw is right there, one away. So one gone now for Jeter. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here, 0-1.
And sometimes when you haven't seen a guy, you might want to take a pitch to gauge him. But he let a pretty good one go by there.
Now a ball hit hard towards the hole. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a one-out base runner.
Hit number 9 for the Yankees so far as he's aboard now with one out in the inning.
Russell Martin will be the batter. A look at Jeter, now the pitch. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
Yeah, and when you get strike one on the corner, you can expand that strike zone right away.
Now ball pushed foul off to the right side. And he's bunting here with 2 strikes, but he misses, and that's a rather weak out number 2.
Yeah, not at all productive there. That won't help the cause.
Brett Gardner will dig in again. He singled home a run his last time. And that misses inside, 1-0. Runners off for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Not in time, and Jeter's in there at second base.
Well, it's still early, and no lead is ever safe when you've got more than half a ball game to go. But you have to wonder if maybe it might not be a bad idea to put up the red light with the lead where it is.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Inside corner called a strike 1 and 2. Swung on and bounced up the center of the diamond. And this is knocked down on the mound. And a close play at the bag, but a good stretch by the first baseman got the out, and the inning is over. Miguel Cabrera will stand in now to get us going here in the fourth. First pitch on the way. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
And now with this big early deficit, you got to take it one inning at a time. You just got to try to claw your way back.
And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
Hard to get extended on those. That just locked him up.
Swing, hard hit ball to second. And he'll turn and try the jump throw to first. Throw is low, but good hands over there by Teixeira at first as he digs it out.
Well, this is a gem right here. You can see his momentum is taking him out towards center field. So he's going to basically turn 180 degrees in the air to get rid of this thing. And the jump throw gets him by a step or two.
So one gone in the inning now, and that'll bring in the left-handed bat of Brennan Bosch. And here's another first pitch strike, and he's just running roughshod right through this lineup.
Well, they just have not put up much of a fight. I totally agree. He's had his way out there from the word go.
Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
And when things are going bad, it seems like these calls always go against you.
0-2 pitch is a sinker that misses, but he's still in command. 1-2. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though.
That last pitch was number 50 already. And with one out in the fourth, that's way too many.
Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
From 0-2 to 3-2, he is really making him work out there.
Grounded foul. That's a foul ball. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first two are retired here to begin inning number 4. Ramon Santiago will stand in. Sabathia really putting all of his body behind that fastball. It's strike 1.
And now at the plate, you got to do something to get this guy out of the role he's been on.
Big swing there as it's hit pretty well out toward deep left field. Gardner will get under it, though, and he puts it away to retire the side. Nice job there by CC Sabathia. His club leads it big. Just one other American League game on tap as we check some scores from around the league. And, in fact, that game will get started just a bit later. Robinson Cano is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Little unlucky there. He really churns those hips and hits this thing hard, but it's right at the first baseman who has plenty of time to scamper over to the bag.
So one gone in the inning now, and here's the always dangerous Mark Teixeira. Now the first pitch. Now a swing, and here's another ground ball. This one over to second base. Throw on to first, and they're able to get Teixeira 2 away.
And that's a good out to get right there, because you'd always prefer to have to face A-Rod with 2 outs and nobody on base.
Now here's the first pitch. And this will be fouled away. And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. Jackson is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers, but they're still in control, 7-0. Ryan Rayburn will make his way towards the box to lead off the fifth. Now a swing as he hits this one into the air, but this will be foul off to the right, out of play. Back-to-back fastballs here as he takes control 0-2.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2.
Wow, and you can bet he was saving that pitch. Good job to lay off.
And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
And sometimes this is all you have to do. Throw a ton of strikes and keep the ball in the yards. It's worked for him so far.
Number 12 will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Watches a fastball right there for strike one. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Tigers thus far. And this is fouled straight back. 0-2 coming from Sabathia. Weakly to the right side, so he stays alive. 0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. Well, now I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
Well, and they've run into hard times just trying to make contact so far. Already 5 strikeouts through 4 2/3.
Brandon Inge is at the plate now, and he takes a cold strike.
He's got to drive that fastball the other way.
Well, he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2.
Really effective with changing speed so far. Guys just have not timed that changeup.
Now the 0-2 home to Inge. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the 2-strike pitch and chops it foul. And he won't offer it that. Too high. 1-2. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Tigers thus far. 1-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air out to center field. And Granderson will make the catch, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. Curtis Granderson will lead it off for the Yankees with Jorge Posada set to follow on deck. And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball, 1-0. Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is sent high and deep out to right center field. This ball has a chance, and it is gone. A home run. Solo shot to right center. His second home run of the game as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Well, he'd retired 5 in a row until just now, but not anymore. They've been on cruise control, but all of a sudden, one little mistake will snap you back down to earth in a hurry.
Jorge Posada will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. And that's in there for strike one. Fouled back. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. And a good two-strike swing here as he's been fighting off some tough pitches, but the count will remain at 0-2. And boy, what a battle brewing here as he fouls yet another pitch into the seats. Still stuck on 0-2. And now a check swing, but did he go around? No, says Joe Watson down at third. It's ball one. And a swing and a miss there on a late breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. Nick Swisher will dig in now. 1 for 2 to this point. And a good spot for that pitch as it's chopped foul. And he lays off for ball one.
And in order for that thing to be effective, it's got to be down. It almost doesn't matter how quick you throw it or how much the break is.
Fastball, close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. One out, nobody on. Swing and a miss there, and it's 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. And he's bunting here with 2 strikes, but he misses, and that's a rather weak out number 2.
And we'll check out his numbers here in a second. There we go. 3 1/3 innings and just 1 run allowed. He's been strong out there so far.
That in front there as this is rolled fouled off to the left. Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1. Taken, called strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. 1-2 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out with a 2-seamer, and the inning is over. Yanks able to add on one more via the solo home run. Through 5 innings, it's now an 8-0 ball game. Austin Jackson will get things started here in the top of inning number 6. Now the first pitch from CC. Now here's a fastball at the knees, and that location has paid off for him so far. It's 0-1.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, in general, the more you can work in that lower half of the zone, the more success you're going to have.
But that'll get fouled. It's 0-2 now. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
And even though he's pitching well, you wonder if there's a need to leave him in since they already have a big lead. They might be better served to save him and let some of their middle and long relievers get some work.
Maglio Ordonez stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1.
And he's just breezing right now.
Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called to strike anyway. 0-2 now.
And we've seen he's been pretty consistent calling that low strike.
changeup, and he ain't buying it. 1-2. Here's Sabathia on 1-2. Out of play. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. Here he comes again, 1-2. Now a swing as he shoots this one over to first. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
And this offense has pretty much been shut down here into the 6th inning. That's just their 3rd hit of the ball game, so time has come for them to start trying to put something together.
Foul. Sabathia ready with the 0-1. And this ball will be chopped foul. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. Now a fastball, and he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. And there to take it is A-Rod for out number 2.
Yeah, here's a look at this last pitch. We'll stop it on the point of impact to show you where it was, and this is very clearly going to be a ball high, but he just couldn't stop himself and winds up popping it up.
Miguel Cabrera is at the plate as he watches ball 1.
And pitch counts here always a big factor, more so here in the first few weeks of the season.
Swing and a ball hit foul as this will find the seats in right. Good idea with the change, but it's 2-1. And the fastball is lined into center field. That's a base hit. And they'll stop the runner at second base, but there are 2 on and 2 out now.
And even with our score where it is, I mean, this game is not over. You know, if they can chip away, maybe get a run or 2 here, they can get right back in this ball game before you know it.
Brennan Bosch will dig in, 1 for 2 thus far. Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1.
And that pitch count is 88 now, but to me, he looks good to go.
He's set, now the pitch. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. Throw on to first, and the Tigers wind up with nothing as the inning is over. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. Russell Martin will be the batter as we get things going in the bottom of the 6th. In there for strike 1. Tries to drop one down here, but he misses. Strike 2.
And you better be careful about bunting with a big lead like this. You do not want to show up that opposing team.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Now a swing and a ball grounded to second. And Rayburn's throw is right there, 1 away.
Well, they had to call on him a bit earlier than they would have liked, but all things considered, he's done a pretty nice job in long relief so far, just allowing the 1 earned run.
Now a ball hit hard towards center, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Off to a good start here on opening day. Already his 2nd hit of the young campaign. I'm sure he's hoping this can set the tone for a successful season.
Robinson Cano will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. Gardner at first, now the pitch. Runners on the move for second. And he's short-armed to throw a bit as it skips past him at second. And he will make it back in there. He's safe at second base.
Yeah, and this starts to beg the question about what exactly you're trying to accomplish out there. I mean, I think you need to consider playing station to station right now and not trying to run things up even more.
Step on the bag for one. The first baseman, Mark Teixeira, will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Here's the first offering. And a ball 1-0.
He's working into his 5th inning out of the bullpen, so he's likely well beyond what was expected of him.
And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. The Yanks leave one as the lead holds at 8-0. Ramon Santiago will dig in, 0 for 2 thus far. And this ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Now here it comes. And a ball outside apparently. 1-1.
And now, just in the first week of the season, I don't think they'll have him working more than 7 innings. This might be it.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
And that four-seamer had some burst at the end.
Oh, don't know how you lay off that one, but he did, and it's 2-2.
And with 2 strikes, that's a tempting pitch not to chase.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. From the Bronx, we're at Yankee Stadium as the Yankees, in fact, lead this one alongside Dave Campbell and Eric Karros. Matt Vasgersian here bringing you all the action. Ryan Rayburn is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. In there, and it's even at 1. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1.
And right now at the plate, I think you sit on fastball and react to the breaking ball.
Swing and a miss there, and it's 2-2.
Well, if he's ahead of that fastball, what does that tell you as a pitcher? Throw the changeup, and he'll be even more out in front.
And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. Another 2-2 offering. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
Well, he set down the first 2 guys to face him here in the inning, but they haven't made it easy. It's taken 11 pitches here, but he'll probably take it.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
And he has consistently hit that spot so far, unlike his counterpart, who could not seem to locate his pitches.
Late decision to offer at the changeup as this is bounced to third. Throw on to Teixeira is going to be in time, and with it, the inning is over. Joel Zumaya will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Chopped down the third base line. Foul, says the third base umpire. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1.
And the way this pitching staff has worked so far, he's been more like a goalie than a catcher behind the plate.
And looked to be a strike on the monitor up here, but that's why I'm not an umpire. It's 2-1.
Yeah, that's getting bailed out at the plate.
And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now. 2-2.
And I would be wary about giving him another pitch there.
And he's bunting with 2 strikes, but can't connect, so a real wasted at-bat there. Curtis Granderson will stand in again as he looks for home run number 3 in the ballgame as we flash you back here to his 2nd home run. This is back in the 5th inning as he has the long ball working in his first few at-bats. Some action now in the Tigers bullpen as they'll get a left-hander and a right-hander up to throw. Here's the pitch. Fastball, and that ran in on him as he had to limbo out of the way that time.
If there's one thing base stealers don't like, it's when you throw at their legs. Now, that's their meal ticket you're messing with.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2.
And they're very wisely keeping everything down here.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
And that 4-seam fastball of his sure has some late life. Looks like it's getting about halfway there, and then something kicks it in on the backside, and it really explodes at the end.
The catcher Jorge Posada will try and turn it around. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts thus far. First offering on the way. And this is hit weakly in fair territory up the line. And he'll take it to the bag himself. That'll do it for this half of the inning. Nothing across here this half. 8th inning coming up. It's the Yankees 8 and the Tigers nothing. And Mariano Rivera is up and getting loose now in the Yankee bullpen. Brandon Inge is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. Now the 1-0 from CC. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground towards short. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Austin Jackson will get another shot. Struck out swinging his last time. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Boy, and even late in the ballgame, Matt, he's still getting that fastball up in the mid-90s.
And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 0-2 from Sabathia. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far. Magglio Ordonez will step in now. And that's swung on and missed for strike 1.
And even with 2 outs, this is a team that can still put something together here, especially in this part of the lineup, so you can't let your guard down.
And low, it's a ball and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. 1-1 pitch on the way. Called strike in a dangerous location there, 1-2.
And if he can get through this guy, that would be back-to-back 1-2-3 innings.
Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2.
Yeah, and once you see a guy 3 or 4 times in a game, it's easy to see patterns in how they pitch you.
And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. Ready with another 2-2. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. Hit hard back up the middle. And that'll get down in front of Granderson for a base hit.
Nothing like getting off to a flying start here on opening day, and he comes through with his 2nd hit of the ball game. That's a good way to make sure the manager keeps your name in the lineup for a while.
Victor Martinez will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
And you always want to get that first pitch strike in there when you've got to face a dangerous hitter like this.
finds the target. 0-2 now.
And one thing you can say about him on the mound, he certainly has been the aggressor in this at-bat, coming right after him.
Now a broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. But a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. And Victor able to lay off that one, and the count moves to 1-2. Look over from Sabathia. Here's the pitch. Now a swing from Martinez as he sends this one on the ground to shortstop. Throw on to Teixeira to take care of him, and that ends the inning. He's through 8 with the shutout intact. Nick Swisher will dig in. Missed a bunt attempt for strike 3 as last time. Here's the first offering. And a fastball that's lifted the other way out to left. Number 12 is there, and that's not the way you want to start the bottom of the 8th. 1 pitch, 1 gone. 3 outs away from a potential shutout as you see the final 3 hitters scheduled to hit when we get to the top of the 9th. And now the second pitch of the inning is hit in the air to center. Jackson is there, so 2 pitches and 2 outs thus far. Russell Martin will be the batter. First pitch coming. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1.
And he is certainly justifying the manager's faith to leave him in there in the 8th. He's really shutting them down so far.
And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. Throw in time, and the side is retired. We'll see Miguel Cabrera leading off when we get back. And there now is Miguel Cabrera. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit. Chopped down the third base line. Foul, says the third base umpire. Line hard to the left side, but foul. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the 2-strike pitch and chops it foul. The 0-2 once more from Sabathia. And this ball's hit pretty well, high and deep to straightaway left. Gardner has to retreat a bit, but he gets there for out number 1.
And that slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt, as you take a look there at what his pitch breakdown is so far.
Brennan Bosch will stride in, grounded out his last time through. And he'll start the at-bat with a slider that didn't miss by a whole lot. It's ball 1.
That thing's moving pretty good at the end.
And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. Throw on to first will be in time, and now the Tigers are down to their final out.
These guys continue to put up very little resistance out there. He's on his way towards a 5-hit shutout.
Ramon Santiago will try again. 0 for 3 thus far. And that misses for ball 1. And he looks at a slider in there. 1-1.
Oh, boy, these guys have got to be saying, thank goodness this one's almost over.
Now a ball hit foul down the line in right and in amongst the fans. A crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, this was a good victory for these guys this afternoon. They really earned the win in front of their home fans. So the Yankees
start from this man here, CC Sabathia. Take a snapshot of that. He's our top player of the game.
Matt, I'll tell you, you'd like nothing more than to come out and give a good performance on opening day. The game's finally counting now, and he was able to go out and kick off this season with a bang.
So that'll bring us to our conclusion here this afternoon. For Dave Campbell, Eric Karros, and our entire crew, this is Matt Vasgersian saying thank you for joining us here today. This has been a presentation of MLB 11 The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top, 8-0. Stay tuned for highlights as we say so long from the Bronx.